Buyers are returning to Toronto housing market after sluggish winters. Close to 7,000 homes got sold with average price climbed more than 1.1 million as per Toronto Real Estate Board. In today's video, we are going to talk about numbers, and if you are first time home buyers, do watch the end part of the video. We are going to talk about first time home buyers savings account. 50% of the Canadians are coming to renew your mortgage. What will happen to them when the stress test is already close to 8% and the prices of overnight lending rate is 4.5%? Bank of Canada is coming with another interest rate hike, or we are saying no interest rate hike, or it's decreasing. We will discuss in today's video. This will be a good sign for our spring housing market in 2023. Hello everyone, my name is Mandeep Dhesi. Welcome to our another monthly Toronto Real Estate Board stats video. What happened all of a sudden that the competition among buyers is coming up, as Bank of Canada announced on 25th of January that this might be their last hike to cool off the inflation numbers, because we saw interest rate moving from 0.25 to 4.25 overnight in case you are going for the mortgages. What happened because of that? If you see the numbers coming in the month of March, is we can see there's appreciation of close to 20,000 on an average price itself, which is more than 1.1 million. Obviously sales are down and the prices are down if you do year on year analysis, because prices were peaked in the month of March. Also it was close to 1.3 million, which have cooled off to by 15%. It's a good opportunity, but if you see on month basis, a lot of buyers have entered. Reason being spring market, interest rates are flattening out and the competition among buyers. If you go into the properties under 1 million, you'll still see a lot of multiple offers coming on those listings. So as you can see, close to 7,000 homes got sold in the month of March 2023 with the average price of more than 1.1 million. Obviously numbers are down comparatively. If you see, this is the number to look for. You can see the average price is 15% lower on year basis. But if you see, semi-detached saw the most dent, which is close to 18%, then followed by detached 13% and 13% on the condo apartments. But you see, if you're planning to buy a detached, is close to 1.4 million, followed by semis more than 1 million, and town is 900, and similarly condo apartment is 700,000. So the most area which have seen a lot number of sales is the Peel region, more than 1,200 homes getting sold, with the Brampton is the leader here, followed by Mississauga and then Caledon. Obviously City Toronto, we saw Toronto Central have more than 1,200 homes getting sold. On the side of York region is very competitive. Vaughan was the most aggressive one with 327 sales, followed by Markham 311. Another thing to note is the average days in market is around 27, but which is worrying me for the spring market. Maybe for you as a buyers, it's a good opportunity for sellers. Obviously selling price to listing price overall is 101%. This means if your listing price property for 1 million, it's getting sold overpriced compared to the list price. So you can see there's a lot of competition happening among buyers. Let's say if you're interested in the detached market, you can see 3,000 detached home got sold, which is 50% of the sales that happen in Toronto Real Estate Board. The peak happened in York region 682, followed by 66 in Toronto, then Peel. But overall if you see, Brampton got most number of detached home getting sold, 291, followed by we have Mississauga with 202, and then obviously Toronto is always the leader. And if you see in all the Halton area, if you're interested in Oakville, the premium cities 157, followed by Burlington 106. But the average price is a thing to note for. Average price in Oakville is 1.8 million, and in Mississauga is 1.3, and then obviously and in Brampton is 1.2. So there you can see the gap between those cities. If you're in Oakville, if you're in Mississauga, if you're in Brampton, you can see the price difference between those type of properties. If you see in York, on the York region, the King, the most expensive one, the average price is 2.4 million. Yes, it is expensive. Vaughan is expensive too. These were the detached, but the most interesting thing is, if you're a first time home buyer, you need to look into this numbers which is coming up is on the semi-detached. Semi-detached, it's only 556 semis getting sold, because the production of semis are always less compared to the detached one. But if you see, selling price to list price is 105. So you can see there's a tough competition in the smaller units. It is going for multiple offers. It's getting multiple bidding wars that is happening on that. And if you see, the average days in market is just 13 compared to detached homes and the Brampton is always the number one in semis with 105 with the average price of 956. Mississauga is 63 with the more than 1 million. So it's still here. Also, you can see semis are expensive in Mississauga compared to Brampton. Let's say if you are interested in another smaller units, let's say you are applying to buy a townhomes, there's another thing to look for. The selling price to list price ratio is 106. This means there's a more tough competition. So this means if you are under 1 million, the competition is even more stiffer, specifically for first time home buyers. 640 townhomes getting sold when the Peel 122, Brampton number 1 close to 100 with the average price of 900,000. Then Mississauga is more than million. If you're buying the same towns in Oakville, this is close to 1.2 million price range. If you're looking for less price range, around 700, 800,000. If you're looking for condo apartments, there's a good news for you. Selling ratios to listing price is still down. More than 2,000 condo apartments getting sold. It's city of Toronto is always the premium because of high-rise buildings there with the average price of 732,000. In Peel is close to 600,000, and then Halton is more than 600,000. You can see that. So if you see the overall sales, you can see in the month of March 7,000 homes getting sold, and from January, February, March, as we enter the spring market, obviously sales are supposed to come up, but the other issues on the listing side, listings are still less. This is creating stiff competition among the buyers. It is definitely shown in the price range. Somebody who's buying the property in January, the average price is 1,037,000. It already crossed 1.1 million. If you're a seller, this is a good opportunity. If you're a buyer, definitely you'll be struggling if you're looking for the property in the shorter range. And in April, chances are if there's no interest rate hike happening, the competition is going to go till the month of June, because this is how the spring market comes up. April, May, June is supposed to be like that historically, to be hotter market, hotter real estate markets. We are talking about tax-free first home savings account, which is called FHSA. This is a combination of RRSP and TFSA account. So it's giving you an option where you can save money for the first home that you're buying, and plus you get a tax benefit like your RSP or a TFSA account. But when you withdraw money, you don't have to refund it back like you have to do an RSP account. There's a capping on this account with the maximum that you can save is up to 40,000 as a first time home buyer savings account for a down payment, with the capping of 8,000 per year that you can contribute to that. Question comes, if I am a first time home buyer, is 40,000 enough to buy my home in Toronto or in Vancouver's? You can imagine it's super expensive here, but if you're saving 40,000 and you're getting a tax rebate, and it is pushing you in a goal to save for your first home as a down payment, I think it's better. Why not you start slow and then you build up and create your plan. Maybe in the next 3 years I have to save this much, and I'll use this account which is available from 1st of April, and that will be for a specific purposes. In case you're not still buying, you can withdraw the money and put that money into RSP also. That option is still there. Let's talk specifically about Ontario, where the province is targeting to have 1.5 million new homes being built in next 10 years. Obviously, when the new immigration data came, which means the next 3 years 1.5 million new immigrants are landing in Canada. Ontario is specifically targeted because 60 to 70% people land here, they live here, they love to buy here, they want to rent here because of the lifestyle in Toronto. That's the reason Doug government is pushing to increase the housing supply. That is why Housing Affordability Task Force was created. For example, the city is targeting to build close to 300 homes in city of Toronto, Ottawa, and then Brampton have their own targets. But the strange thing is how to meet those targets when it's coming from Ontario itself. All those things are regulated at the municipal level. Approval process is tedious. Rezoning of a land is tedious. Getting approvals is tedious. I can understand that because we are into this development phase. We understand a lot of charges are there. Even getting a small signature from the city takes you 1 month. Maybe people don't want to work here. They are already into that's their culture, that society. So all those granular level changes need to happen. That is our thought process compared to it's coming from the top. Until unless the city is not doing anything, these will be just as numbers, which will further tighten the situation of demand and supply in GTA, even in Canada throughout. That was our thought on what this new regulation coming up, creating new homes here. Hope you enjoyed this video. Do share your thoughts and don't forget to press the subscribe button for future such videos.